The 1996 African Cup with Shooting Stars. You were the first choice of the club. So what do you remember of that experience?
It's a very big experience for me because that actually was before that I have involved with the national team under 23, playing the qualification for the Olympics proper. But on a club level, that was my first time actually playing international games because we have to play, we represent Nigeria, then we have to play other countries, club like Zamalek, JS Kabylie of Algeria, Ashanti Koto. These are big names. We grew up hearing them, so coming out to play against them is like a dream come true, you know. So it was amazing, and I had a good competition, but we lost in the final to Zamalek. Even I have some of the clips with me. I watch it sometimes on my phone. But it was a big experience, and that opens the way for me because after the competition, I was immediately selected to represent Africa against Europe, like African 11 versus Europe 11. So I found myself playing opposite Van der Sar. You know, it's a one-off game. We played the game in Portugal, and all of a sudden I have Kasiragi, Boban, you know, Ronald de Boer of Holland, you know. But in African team, we have big names as well. We have Olise, Omokachi, we have Tijani Babangida, we have Frank Amankwa from Ghana, we have players from Egypt, from Algeria, you know, big African player. And to come together in Portugal and play that game, it opens everything. So that's how I started. And in between, I was involved with the under 23 Olympics team. Then finally, in 1997, I moved to Switzerland.
You mentioned playing for the national team. How does it feel?
I think it's one of the things that, when I remember, is really emotional for me because when I was young, I have an academy that I played for, and anytime the national team is playing home game, we as a 12, 14-year-old boy, they give us like 15 minutes each to play for the fans. You know, let's say the game is 4 o'clock with the national team, we come in like 2 o'clock. We play 20 minutes, and it's a dream, you know, to be able to grow up, and because that's all you want to do. You want to play for the national team. And having that experience since when I was like 14, 15 years, it really, you don't think about nothing else. You just want to wear the jersey. We don't even think about money or anything, but just to be proud that I wear the jersey, and I'm really privileged. It all happens, and I had a very short career as well because of injuries, but I can sit back and say I've done my bit. But coming into this business, I was lucky because I had a very good agent, and I admired him, what he's doing for me at that time. Even when I have injury, you know, he always come around, and I was inspired by him. So when I retired, I have options, either to go into coaching way or to go into agency way. But I want both. Maybe I'm greedy, but I really want, because I have it in me that I can coach too, but I want to do the business part of it. So this inspired me a lot. So I was doing both together. I was getting the certificate on coaching, and I was getting the certificate on agency as well, which I have both now, but
You formed part of the World Cup '98 squad for Nigeria. You didn't play.
Yeah, I didn't play.
What's the experience like? It was
the experience is very. You can't, as a kid playing football, you can't really imagine it because it's so overwhelming and it goes quick as well. That it's only after the competition you start realizing that whoa, I've been there. You know, I was unfortunate because I played all the qualification until we qualified for the World Cup. Then I started having injuries, and this gave me a lot of bad games. You know, and somebody else played, but I was there, and we didn't do too well, but I was there.
You mentioned injuries. Much of your career, unfortunately, you spent it as a second goalkeeper, as a reserve goalkeeper. How difficult is it for a goalkeeper to look at another goalkeeper playing, but you cannot?
Because as you grow up, you learn to accept sometimes. It's hard, but sometimes, because in my position, coaches, they prefer experience. Like when you look at, mostly in the national team, when you look at my career in the national team, I'm always there when the big games is coming, but for one reason or the other, when the main competition comes, like in the Olympics, we qualify and we go to Atlanta. After the first training, I got sick, really bad, and I didn't recover. It was late because they had to send the names. And the World Cup in France, I was playing. Then our last game, no, not the last game, one of the friendly game against Yugoslavia. In Yugoslavia, I made a little mistake, which every great goalkeeper have done it. Like, you know, when they give a goalkeeper a back pass and something happened, the striker take the ball and score. So this happened to me there, and things just changed immediately. That was like 10 days before the World Cup, and everybody said, oh, he's not experienced, he's too young.
People only remember the mistakes.
Yeah, even people still remember it today. So they bring in more experienced goalkeeper. They think, because he has been to 2 World Cup already. So they bring him in same week, and that was how I missed the World Cup. But I was there. It's a good experience, you know.
You spent some of your career in Wales. Unfortunately, there was an incident, one of the games, when a supporter came towards you, a racial attack. We can never understand what racism means. For you, how's that experience?
I didn't really take it too hard because some people, they are just ignorant, you know. He came into the pitch because the league in Wales is not as big as in England, and the stadium, you can easily jump over the fence. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he didn't touch me. He just come around and he was angry. Maybe they couldn't score. We were winning, and he says stuff that you don't want to say on camera. But I forgive him. It's been long, and it's just that there are a couple of people out there that they still don't understand that color doesn't really matter. We are all human beings.
What's your message against racism?
I will say people should just think of everyone as the same. No matter how color you are, blue, white, green, we are all human. We should treat each other as the same. I think that's all I can say.
Unfortunately, another dark moment in your career was during the Olympics, when Zimbabwe accused you of being older than what you said you were. FIFA said that you were right, but how difficult was it? You lost some matches because of that.
Yeah, it was that's why I said that in my career, always something I had to come out from some. I don't know why. Maybe it's my style, or it's my, I don't know. Like, we played against Zimbabwe, and we beat them home and away, and we're supposed to be celebrating. All of a sudden, it's all over the news that, oh, someone said they got some information that I'm over age, and some people are angry with me, some people are very supportive, and at the end of the day, because when the truth is there, and the truth come out, because they find out that some people sell the information to Zimbabwean FA and take some money from them. You know, like, I don't know where he got it, but they couldn't verify. They just take the information and put it in the news the next day. And this time was very difficult to me because I had to go to Zurich. I had to sit in front of panels, you know, meetings upon meetings, but the Nigerian Football Federation was very supportive, and they didn't let the media get to me too much at that time, because whatever I say is very sensitive, so they have to keep me in a hotel with someone standing in front of my door. No one can come in to talk to me. I was not allowed to use a phone. It was terrible, but we come out of it, and I was glad we were able to go to the Olympics.
Doctors advised you to retire when you were just 30, a very young age for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's because I was having knee, and I've had about 3 operations already, and I had to go to the 4th one, but I still want to play. So I tried, and my doctor told me that I should leave it, because if I don't, because I'm very passionate with the game, and I just, when I was a kid, because when we grow up in Africa, we don't have too much to live for. We just play football all day with no shoes on, no shirt on. We just play, and this brings happiness to me since when I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, growing up. So leaving it is I think is the hardest decision that I have to accept.
Looking back at your career, do you have any regrets?
There are certain regrets, but I'm a very godly person. I'm a Christian, and I believe as you grow older, you realize it's your journey, and we all have to live the journey, you know, because this is what makes our life so exciting. Ups and downs. It makes you become a man. It brings you down, but you have to get back up. And it's not only football; it's every part of life. As a journalist, as a husband, as a wife, as a kid, you go through these things, and this makes you human. You live with it, you move on. So I would say I live it, and I won't take it as regret. I will just take it as part of my journey.
After retiring, you became an agent, as we said. What's it like? What's the job like?
At first, I didn't really know what I want to do. I was lost. I didn't really know what to do. But you know, when you have a good family around you as well, they help you to think, or good friends, they can tell you, because people see you from outside, and they can tell you, if you do this, it looks like you can be all right. But as I said earlier, my manager, the guy that bring me from Africa to Europe, his name is Philippe Pierre. He's a French guy. He's very, very, very passionate about the game, and I look forward to him. You know, like when I was playing, like he came now, he's gonna be calling, making sure I'm fine if I need anything, and I like a father, you know, like a father figure. And I really admire that as well, that if I can do this now for these kids, I think I'll be satisfied that I've put a little bit into football. And sometimes, most of my friends, they are coaches. They ask me to come down and give a session with their team. So, and I go there voluntarily, just because I enjoy being around football, and I've been enjoying it so far, really enjoying it.
You mentioned Ikana, you have also Mafuta here in Malta. What can you tell us about both guys?
I think they are very, very fun. Both of them are different players entirely, because they play in different positions. But before I sign a player, being a player myself before, I look at them and I look at their football, and I believe I can move forward with them. I have a couple of young ones as well, because our plan now is to start bringing all these young African players to most of European countries with my company, BRW Sport. So we're looking for opportunities to bring good, exceptional player to Malta, you know, if we were given the chances to do that, because I believe it's a good start as well for young player, 17, 16 years old. It's a good start for them. They can learn the way of, because it's a different culture back in Africa. So at that age, if you have a good academy, because academy is not just about football, it's about how to become a man, how to be educated about the football, about your behavior, about how to eat, you know, the learning process of becoming a professional. So, and I'm looking forward to do this in Malta, and hopefully we'll be given the chance. My company, we are ready, and we want to do something in this country. So, fingers crossed.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming as well. Nice to meet you.